BMS-Batteries website. Hi, I'm Milo, the owner of Itty Bitty Boom Lithium, the only affiliate that manages BMS-Batteries website. On the BMS-Batteries website, I have an 88 amp hour EVE lifepo4 kit. This is how to assemble your kit if you purchase one from BMS-Batteries. Use both hands. There we go. Alright, so when you get the kit, it only comes like this. You can't get it in any other flavor. It comes with a CNC woodcut box that's already assembled in this fashion like this. It's already primered white like this. You cannot get it in any other way. It's the only way it comes. Okay, when you get your cells, you're going to get 16 of the 22 amp hour EVEs. You're going to need to arrange them in a 4S 4P, 4 series 4 parallel. Meaning, I like to start with the negative, but you can start with the positive. Let's just pretend you have to start with a negative, just for this demonstrational purposes. You have to start with a negative. Put all your negatives on the left side, leaving all the positives on the right. Now take your second row and do the same thing. All your negatives on the left. And if you're uncertain, there's a little negative there and there's a little positive there. And if all else fails and you're still questioning anything, always default to a digital multimeter. I prefer Fluke, but you can, even a little cheap Harbor Freight would ensure that your polarity is correct. Anyway, you'll continue to do the same thing over and over and over again 4 times, always having the cells with the negative on your left hand side every single time. Negative, left hand side. Just repeat the process until you have all 16 cells inside of the case that's already assembled when you get the kit. Once you do that, remove all the little protective caps. I'd already taken a few off prior to this when I was removing packaging, so on and so forth. Now, all the BMS-Batteries kits come with bus bars and a case and the cells and every single thing you need to put it together. So what I prefer to do is I continue to start on the left hand side, negative side. Put your negative bus bar. Then you're going to have links. Keep in mind, on my Eco links here like this, it comes with these kits. There's only a balance wire on one side and not the other. The links also only have it on one side. So try to put them all in one direction, which at some point here, the positive on this end, no matter what you do, is going to be on the downside. And no matter what you do over here, one's going to be crossed. So anyway, take your link and your first negative and do it the furthest away from you. You can choose to go the other direction, but let's just pretend you have to go furthest away from you for the demonstrational purposes of this how-to. So, link furthest away from you for the balance wire. Link furthest away from you for the balance wire. You're going to connect all the cells together. Oop. Went ahead and didn't do it the way I was telling you guys to. Link with the balance bolt furthest away from me. Now this one, no matter what you do, it's going to be towards me. So we'll address that when we get to that stage of putting it together. Now, every single kit comes with bars, nuts, balance leads, so on and so forth. So now what you're going to do is you're going to get your 32 nuts that come with it, and you're going to put every single nut on every single battery post. I prefer to start them with my fingers at first and just kind of snug them down with my fingers. Then I'll come back with my torque wrench. Most general builders probably don't have a torque wrench. If you don't, M6 studs are pretty stout, meaning you can give it a good two ooga oogas with your hand. And a lot of builders refuse to use them. I don't understand why. It's kind of weird, but on M6, on these studs, I prefer to go about 2.5, 3 Nm. You can probably get away with up to 5, but there's no real benefit that I've seen using my FLIR thermal imaging and my carbon pile load test, pulling, these will do each 4 cells will do 215 amps over 12 volts standalone. So I can pull about 860 from this bank right here, standalone, no alternator, no power supply assistance, nothing. So, and anything over 2.5 Nm is a nice solid contact between the bus bar and the lithium pad. So now I go back over with my torque wrench and I'll crank them all down. I'll set this torque wrench at 3 Nm and get it to where it clicks. Click, click. This particular one is a kit that a gentleman ordered, and I guess I'm not going to put the whole thing completely together because I'm going to stop at the nuts because he might have wanted to put it together himself. I was just thinking to myself I should probably make a how-to video so that when somebody asks me, hey, how do I put together that kit that I bought from BMS-Batteries? I'm going to go ahead and finish snugging all these, and then I will just kind of briefly tell you by showing you the components what to do next. But I'm not going to fully finish his do-it-yourself kit. Okay, now that they're all torqued down to 3 Nm, every single kit comes with the Hiltech balance board. 4S, you don't need to move any solder joints on 4S. They're already pre-done. There's no LTO spot on a 4S. So you'll take your 4S. It comes with all the little goodies to make a little clear case. All the little spacers and nuts are provided. There's only one way those can go on, so it's almost impossible to do it wrong. If it don't fit together right, then you did it wrong. Put the spacers the other way around. It comes with the plug. Do not plug in the plug until after you have done all of your provided ends. I prefer to crimp and solder. I don't care if you don't want to solder, or if your grandma's uncle said that that's not good for it, then don't do it. I prefer to. If you don't want to, again, don't do it. I prefer to crimp and solder. Anyway, so I put every end on there, crimp it solid, and then tag the further in with a little dab of solder. But yeah, if you choose not to, that's on you. I don't care. After you have started, or you got all your ends crimped on there, put your negative black wire on your left side where we've been starting the whole time on the negative terminal, and then go in order. You can't mess it up if you just go in order. So your black goes on the very far left negative post, the lugs on the very end on the left here. The yellow goes on the very next bus bar. The white goes on the middle bus bar. The blue goes on the next bus bar, and the green lands on your furthest bus bar, the positive one. Sometimes these wires will be a different color. Sometimes this one will end up being red. It doesn't matter what color these are. It just matters the order. The black one always goes on the negative, and then they always go in order, no matter what colors are here. So the second wire always goes on the second bus bar. The middle wire always goes on the middle. The fourth wire always goes on the fourth bus bar, and the fifth wire always goes on the positive bus bar. After you have those all ends crimped with wire ends on them and the provided bolts, and you attach them to every single bus bar, then and only then plug this in to your Heel-Tech balance board that you have already assembled your little case to. And then you can probably either double side sticky tape it down in here on top of these cells in between the two bus bars, or some people prefer to double side sticky tape it to the outside of the case. Once you do that, you're pretty much done. Just put the 3 provided bolts into the positives, the 3 provided bolts into the negative, and put your lid on it, the provided lid, and go install it to your car audio system and enjoy your build your own lithium bank kit that has every single part you need in it, provided from BMS-Batteries. I'll post a link and this how-to video on my YouTube. Thanks for tuning in.